Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm back here up on my gold claim in Grand County, Colorado on the KGP Grand Placer claim. And sorry for the wind. Of course it wants to start as soon as I start filming. Now on last week's video, I mentioned that I wanted to invite some people up here to pan for gold here on my claim. Well, this video is the official invitation for everybody. I don't know how many people are actually going to be able to make it up here. It is about 2.5 hour drive from the Denver International Airport. It's about 15 miles from Hot Sulphur Springs, about 10 miles, 11 miles north of Granby, Colorado. Yeah, you can come out here, you can camp, you can fish. We have some of the best fishing in the world right here on Willow Creek, whatever you want to call it. I'm from Pennsylvania, I call it a creek. Yeah, you come up here, pan for gold. The only thing is, I was not able to get the permits for running any machinery, so there's no high bankers, no dredges or anything like that. But you can use hands and pans, you can use a sluice box, pretty much what I do in most of my videos anyway. This is the official invitation. I'll put the invitation on Facebook and Instagram and X and everywhere else as well. And if you want full details and you want to sign up to come out here, go to kleshgold.com, click on the events tab, and then all the information is there, plus a waiver that you have to sign. You're not signing your life away or anything. It's just so I can get a head count, plus so I know like who's camping, and all the information's on the website. And the best part, it's completely free. You do not have to pay a penny. Well, you'll have to pay to get yourself out here, but yeah, it's free. Come on out and pan for gold. It's gonna be August 29th and 30th of 2025. It's a Friday and a Saturday. So if you can only make it one day, that's fine. I'm gonna be camping in the Tesla overnight. And yeah, you can bring your RVs, you can bring tents, you can camp right here on the claim. You can camp in National Forest area, which is adjacent to the claim. On the website, I think I covered everything, but if I missed anything and you have any questions, when you go to submit the waiver, there's a questions or messages box, and I will read all of those. And if you have any questions, I'll get back to you when you fill out the waiver on the website. So the plan for today was to tell you that, and also to dig for some gold here. I have my sluice box set up behind me. This is probably bucket number 2 or 3, and I have a whole bunch of buckets that I have to fill for pay dirt. So I don't know how much digging I'm gonna be able to do for myself after I dig these, 8 buckets of pay dirt here. But for now, I think Timber and I will have some lunch. We'll dig, and if we find some gold, awesome. We'll process it at the end as usual. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Right here is why I like to use a 1/4 inch classifier, because if you don't, these bigger rocks, they like to jam this area up right here. So Timber and I just finished up our lunch. All right, back to digging. Nope, he littered. Hey. Where's your trash? Go get your trash. Come on. And just a quick walkthrough of the claim itself. That's the discovery post. The north point is about 800 feet that way. The southwest point is up there on top of the mountain. And the southeast stake, Willow Creek bends around and goes around. And yeah, we'll walk along and I'll show you. What you see here is all my claim. Same thing here, this is all my claim. And let's go this way a little bit. I'll show you some more of it. So everything here, all these gravel bars, even up there on the side of the mountain, if you're interested in prospecting that. You can see this is all gravel bar. Probably pretty good. I did not sample around here yet. Might want to bring some water boots too. The water can get knee deep in areas, but it's ankle deep for the most part. Of course, try not to undercut any trees. You don't want to damage any of that. Yeah, plenty of gravel bars though. And it continues along the mountain and it loops around. And that's pretty much where the claim ends. There's plenty of room here for everybody. Lots of bends and gravel bars. And it's just an awesome place to do some placer gold mining. So this little bank here, you can see how all the gravels down here are kind of like compacted from years and years of flooding, and it's just basically a gravel bar. I was calling it overburden before, but I mean, technically it is. You're gonna find float gold in here. It's not like compressed bedrock or anything, but I'm finding nice gold in here. So I'm just kind of running this because it's easily accessible and I don't have to bend down so much. Oh, that's heavy. I know I mention it in pretty much every video, but I sure am glad to be away from that heat in Denver. It's like 100 degrees in Denver, whereas it's nice and 75-ish up here. It was just raining a little bit earlier. I wish we had some rain in the Denver area. Everything's brown right now over there. So I've been considering doing this with a gold claim for quite a while. This channel's all about getting people outside, going to do something you haven't really done before outdoors, like gold prospecting. If you mention gold prospecting to, 99% of the population, I can imagine what's going through their head. They're like, oh, that's very 1885 of you. But it's still a real thing. You can still get a gold claim. You can still find gold in nature, and it's awesome. And that's really the main reason I'm doing it. Letting people come up here for free, pan for gold. Please fill in your holes. Please don't litter. And I may or may not have trail cams everywhere. Because if you do claim jump and you do leave a mess, I'll make an example of you. But yeah, just come out here, respect the land. Now I know it's kind of short notice, and I do have plans to work around that. So keep your eyes on kleshgold.com for future invites to come up here to the claim if you can't make it out on the 29th and the 30th. All right, that's one bucket. I'm gonna do maybe 5 or 6 more through the sluice box. I have about 8 buckets of dirt to bring back to the car to sell as pay dirt. And I have one more surprise before I leave here and we go back to the shop and pan this stuff out. Check this out. So if you've watched this channel at any point in the past, you know that I like all kinds of treasure hunting, from gold prospecting and metal detecting and finding mushrooms and yard sales and everything. And I also like geocaching. So I actually hit a geocache within about 100 feet of where I'm standing. And the first person to find that geocache, nobody's found it yet. I just listed it. The first person to find that geocache is gonna get a free gold strike pay dirt that contains a ½ gram of gold, and a Gems and Minerals Discovery pay dirt. So yeah, I'd be the first person to find that geocache, and I'll hide these right next to the geocache. Good luck. All right, I'm gonna go hide these right now. All right. So this is my tailings pile, and this is the Gold Monster 1000. Make sure I didn't throw any nuggets out. Something in here. Not a gold nugget. Just a little piece of metal. But it's never a bad idea to go over your tailings pile, especially if you're using a 1/4 inch classifier. That's what I'm using today, because that means any nuggets 1/4 inch or bigger are in this pile. All right, no gold nuggets today, so I have about 5 buckets run through the sluice box. Let's clean out the sluice, head back to the shop, and see what kind of gold we get. Okay, back at the shop, we have our concentrates. This is actually, I said 5 buckets, but it was like 5 3/4 buckets, so it's really about 3 buckets worth of concentrates. We've got about 7.5 pounds of concentrates. So now I'm just gonna process this. I'm gonna classify it. I'm gonna run it through the electromagnetic dry separator, run it through the sluice box, and we'll see what kind of gold we get. I'm gonna use my 1/8 inch Arbor Fabricating classifier. Okay, here's our plus and minus 1/8 inch. The plus looks interesting. There's a lot of mineralized stuff in there. You can see little shines here and there. That's mostly mica. I didn't see any gold nuggets, but we'll pan this out. And then this is the minus 1/8 inch. I'm just gonna run this through the sluice box to condense this down to a manageable size. But before I do that, I am gonna run it through the electromagnetic dry separator to get rid of as much black sand as possible. All right, here's our magnetic and non-magnetic material. There's so much magnetic stuff in there. It's just crazy. So the next step is to run this through my sluice box. I gotta wet it down first. Get a little bit of jet dry into the mix there. Fire it up. All right, now I just slowly feed the machine, saving time in the process. This is all we're left over with after running it through the sluice box. But before we do this, I want to pan out the plus 1/8 inch stuff. So let's bring over Auto from AutoZone. I'm adding some water for my sluice system, which already has jet dry in it. All right, this should pan off really fast. If I find a nugget, that'd be crazy. Not expecting it at all. If I see a nugget, I will flip right out. I only see a lead baby. No gold. And this is the sluice box concentrates. Let's see how we did out there today. Yesterday, actually. Lots of garnets in there, real small garnets. That's what I'm looking at right now. It's a lot of lead for only 3 buckets. And I'm surprised, there's some gold right there. There's actually a couple pieces in there. There's a piece that came down here. Got a flake of gold right there. There's a couple more up here. Yep, another flake. That one wants to float. Lots of lead, lots of garnets. And I mean, for 3 buckets, what I can see so far, that looks like a lot of gold. There's probably 50 colors in there, a lot of flakes, a lot of flour gold, and a couple pieces of lead and garnets and stuff that I didn't clean up completely. But for 3 buckets, that's pretty good. I'm very happy with that. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. And if you can't tell, I'm extremely happy with this claim. I'm finding better gold here than in most places around the world that I've panned before. And so I'm really happy with it. I'm surprised I was able to even get this claim. It's very accessible. There's a big parking lot. It's 13 acres and it's like literally steps away from the parking lot. Now there's no facilities out there, so you got to be very self-sufficient if you do come out. There's no, there's no food, there's no cell service, there's no bathrooms, there's no shade. It's pretty brutal out there if you're not ready. So if you do come out, make sure you bring like folding chairs. You can bring like a folding picnic table. You could like tailgate out there. If you have a camper, that'd be great. I'll be kind of living out of my car. And of course, I'll be prospecting most of the time. So I hope to see you guys out there. It is about 2 weeks out from today, from the day that this video is released. And just a reminder on how to sign up, you go to kleshgold.com, you click on the events tab. I will link it below. You read the information, you click on the waiver, you fill it out, you submit it, and I will email you back a permit. The event is August 29th and 30th, 2025, from noon on the 29th till noon the next day. So it's a 24-hour time slot. And I'm really excited about it. It should be awesome. I have no idea how many people are going to be there. There's enough room for maybe 30 cars, campers and stuff in that parking lot. I wouldn't recommend parking along the highway. So if it comes to a point where there's too many cars, we'll figure that out as we go. If I run into any problems with this event, like it has to be canceled or anything, not saying it is, but just in case, I will leave that in the top pinned comment on this video. So I think I got all my bases covered. If not, just let me know in the comments and I'll respond. And I hope to see you guys out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks everyone for watching my video. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that actually watched the whole thing, so I really appreciate that. Also, big thanks to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members on the screen. And if you like this video, you're gonna like the other ones linked here on the screen as well. And thanks for watching.